Hi there and welcome along to another workout for you to row along to. Look at this, isn't this amazing? We're on the shores of Loch Aby. While my wife is going out for a little bit of open water swimming, I thought I would watch her. Well, to be honest, I'm going to be watching my monitor, but I'm going to pretend to watch her while she swims just to make sure that she's safe. And we're going to do a row along together, hence the slightly skewed angle so I can keep an eye on her. Now what we're going to do today is a 30-minute row. And how we're going to do it is we're going to do 4 minutes at 20 strokes per minute and 2k plus 18 pace, and then 1 minute at 28 strokes per minute and 2k plus 10 pace. So this is one of our mid-tier workouts. This is all about just getting the intensity up and learning to be able to hold that intensity for a duration of time. Now I'm going to give the option once we get to that 4 minutes to go point. If you want, you can just hold that 28 strokes a minute, 2k plus 10 for that if you want. For the rest of it, in order to keep this as an intensity level in that kind of mid-tier area, I don't want you to push past the pace guides that I'm giving you, all right? Right, so let's get into our 4-minute warm-up as we always do. And I start off by setting up your drag factor to whatever you want it to be. Now I've raised mine tiny little bit, so I'm up at 120 right now. If you don't know about drag factor or you want ideas of where you might want to set it, then do check out the video I have on this YouTube channel. Next up, set your monitor to eye height so you're not having to look up or looking down. Grab your handle and put it back in its little rest. Obviously it's fallen while I've been walking. And finally, set the foot heights, foot stretchers, whatever, so that you're in a comfortable position as you come to the front of the machine with your shins pointing vertically, okay? I think I'm slightly leaning to the left here, but hey, let's not bother with that. So a 4-minute warm-up in 3, 2, 1, let's go, starting at 18 strokes per minute. And your pace, well, you're really just looking around a body weight squat, okay? So what we're doing here is we're going to be working on our timing between the leg drive and the hands picking up the handle. And by picking up the handle, what I mean is that point when the handle connects to the flywheel or water wheel or whatever it is that you're using for power generation on your machine. You want that leg press to happen at exactly the same time that you connect with the flywheel. And that way, all of the power available from your legs can go into the machine, rather than wasting it with a butt scoot. If you push too soon, there's a whole bunch of leg drive you're missing there. Or by pulling too soon, bending the elbows way too soon, and actually skipping out the power from your leg drive. So really try and analyze that on your own stroke and work out whether maybe you are pushing too soon with the legs and not connecting. Maybe you're connecting too soon with the handle, or hopefully you're getting it all right and there's no warnings. Right, get up the pace a little bit now, get closer to your 2k training pace plus 20 seconds. If you don't know what 2k training pace is, check out the description to this video. So I've run out of time to tell you what it is. So put one foot on the floor and carry on rowing with just one leg in. Keep your technique as sensible, close to what it normally is with just one leg in. Just continue rowing. Basically, 2k training pace, row a 2-kilometer time trial, divide the resulting time by 4. That gives you your average time to cover 500 meters at your current best 2k pace, and that's your 2k training pace. Whew. I think it's the quickest I've ever done that in. Swap feet, I think it was like 10 seconds I said it. So when I say 2k plus 20, if your 2k training pace or your 2k average is 2 minutes 5, then 2k plus 20 means you're rowing at 2:25. If you have a monitor that shows you your pace as your current speed to cover 500 meters, that is. One more stroke. There we go. Now let's get our legs nice and straight and row with our back and arms. So keep your legs straight, swing over your back, pull in your arms. Swing over your back, pull in your arms, and then of course, release your arms, swing over your back. And that pickup of the power from the front is so important. Okay, last stroke here. Just roll to the front of the machine with straight arms and a forward lean, and just push out with your legs. Not too hard, because what you're trying to work on here is holding this body position with the forward lean and arms straight, and also working on the timing of your foot press and picking up the handle. Try and keep a good posture, up, primed and ready, not slumped and rolled. Oh, one more. Oh, I've got definitely one more. There we go. All done. I think I actually finished a little bit on time. Normally I'm a couple of seconds too long. But anyway, there you go. I'm going to take my hoodie off and stuff. Try and work out how to level this machine, because that was quite uncomfortable. You keep on moving up and down the rail, have a quick drink, and I'll quickly say one more time what it is we're doing today. Okay, then what we're doing today is a 30-minute row. Now we're going to do the first 4 minutes of that at 20 strokes per minute and at 2k plus 18 pace. Then the next minute we're going to do at 28 strokes a minute and 2k plus 10 pace. And then we're going to repeat that over and over again until our 30 minutes is up. If you want to do the last 4 minutes at 28 strokes per minute and 2k plus 10 pace to give you a little bit more juice, then by all means do. Now this is week 4, session 1 of the 10k plan. Don't worry, you don't have to be doing the 10k plan in order to benefit from this. So this is all about working on a little bit more longevity and a little bit higher stroke rate, but I'll talk more about this as we get into the main row. So let's get into it. If you are not using the ErgZone app to program your monitor, then it's a really simple way to just load 30 minutes into your Concept 2's monitor. Just turn it on by pressing the menu button, then go to select workout, standard list, and then 4 buttons down you will see 30 minutes, okay? Right. Let's get into this. I will talk to you more about what we're doing as we start the row. Remember, 20 strokes a minute, 2k plus 18 pace to start. Here we go then, in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. 20 strokes a minute is fantastic for many reasons, but one of them is that it's 1 stroke every 3 seconds. Even geese can row at 20 strokes a minute. If you're wondering what I'm on about, in the last row I was talking about how apparently geese are able to count up to 3 but no more. Don't know how they know, but yeah, apparently so. Yeah, 1 stroke every 3 seconds. So if you struggle with the low rates, then in order to find the rhythm, all you have to do is look at your timer and then count down in 3s. Hopefully though, you've also got this on, like me, on screen, and so you can watch me and just row along with me. Hey, it's almost like that's why I called this RowAlong. Or if you're listening to this on a podcast, then just the whoosh of my flywheel combined with my speech pattern should give you an indication of when I'm taking a stroke. And to be honest, all these things like looking at counters, watching me, listening to me, should only really be something that you need to do for the first couple of minutes, after which, so just waving at Julie, after which you should hopefully just hit the rhythm. Your body's a really responsive bag of bones and meat, in that it learns quite easily and hits a routine quite easily. So if you can find a good flow and a good rhythm that your body wants to follow, this should get easier as you go on. That said, we are going to destabilize it in just over a minute's time by going up to 28. Hang on, I'm distracted. Julie's coming out. Oh, she's smiling. Oh, right. Kickboard. The water's obviously so cold that she wants a break from having her face in the water. It's not quite the day that I was hoping for, weather-wise. Julie probably says the same as well, actually. It's a little bit misty and hairy, but still, it's still better than being in my wee studio. Okay, 5 strokes to go, 4, then we're going up to 20 strokes per minute, sorry, 28 strokes per minute, and 2k plus 10 pace after this stroke. Here we go, go. Now remember, stroke rate increases, oh, come on, I'll get my rate up, there we go, happen from a more powerful leg drive so that your drive speed is quicker, but also you use the rhythm of your higher stroke rate to help you recover quicker as well. Now I seem to be around about 2k plus 8 right now, and you know what, I'm just going to hold this pace. Naturally, if that's what my body wants to row at, I'll keep doing it. Okay, 2 more, 1 more, and we're back to 20s. There you go, do you see how that worked? So, remember, this is a mid-tier workout designed to get you to work at a tempo pace, or at least like heart rate will be up there higher than a normal 30 minutes at 20 strokes per minute because of these speed bumps. And so as we get through the 30 minutes, you'll find those 28 strokes per minute increases just take a little bit more effort each time. Shouldn't really get to a point where you're unable to row at the right pace. It'll just feel a little bit tougher. And then you'll probably find as you come out the back end of each of those 28 bursts and you're back into 20 strokes a minute, you'll find it takes just a little bit longer each time to settle in to the correct stroke rate and pace. I mean, hopefully you'll hit stroke rate okay. Remember, just counting 3s. But that kind of attenuation of your power just gets a little bit trickier to control. You'll get there. And again, one of the main points of this session is to get you used to rowing at different stroke rates. So those of you who are more comfortable at 20 strokes a minute get exposed for a short amount of time to a higher rate, and those of you who tend to row everything with the stroke rate up can get used to this low rate rowing, which is so valuable between the fitness benefits of 20 strokes a minute, 2k plus 18 pace, and the time to work on your technique. Okay, 30 seconds to go until our next speed bump. I'm definitely on a bit of a slant here. I can feel my left butt cheek. It's quite sore. I must be putting more weight onto my left side. Okay, in 2, 1, here we go. Back up to 28. And 2k plus 10, or if a little bit faster, like me at 2k plus 8, feels natural, just go for it. Just let the stroke rate be your guidance. Just don't go slower than 2k plus 10. That is not on. I want you to hit at least 2k plus 10. Okay, coming up for 10 seconds to go. Two more strokes. And we're back to 20s. Remember, you might have an inclination to ease off too much with the leg drive at the change down. So keep an eye on your pace and make sure within about 30 seconds or so you're back at 2k plus 18 again. So we're 11 minutes in. Can talk a little bit about technique. I've mentioned that stroke rate is controlled by the leg drive coming out the front. And the reason for that is that's where at least 60% of your power comes from, is pushing your feet into the machine, effectively pushing the machine away from you. So if you can think more about pushing the machine away than thinking about pushing yourself backwards, or worse, thinking about pulling the handle, then pushing the machine away from you is much better at getting the power into the machine and keeping your body in the right position as you do it. And the right position is a forward lean to 1 o'clock. I don't recommend going much past that 1 o'clock lean, as you shift the balance of where the power goes, and you can also end up with a butt scoot. Remember I talked about them right at the very beginning of the warm-up, how they leak power. So you want a forward lean and arms straight as you come to the front of the machine. Slide forward far enough for your shins to be pointing vertically. Try not to go past it, because then again, power leaks from butt scoots lie in your future. But if you can't quite get there, then first off, take a look at your foot height. Maybe you're set a bit too high. Try dropping them a notch. Then you can start looking at flexibility. Okay, 3 strokes, and then we'll go back up to 28. One more. Here we go. 28 strokes a minute. 2K plus 10. Or if you are naturally going faster, then don't choke your stroke to slow down to 2K plus 10. However, I also don't want you to really be gunning this and trying to hit like 2K pace. Remember, intensity wise, this is meant to be like a 7 or 8 out of 10 overall. And if you gun it too much on these 1 minutes, you can break into a top tier. Okay, back to 20s. You're meant to feel those 1 minutes raising the intensity, but then you use the next 4 minutes to recover, ready for the next one. And yes, when it comes to your actual 10K, you'll be trying to hold around about 2K plus 10 for the entire duration. But that's a overall max intensity workout, right up at the top tier. And that's not what today's session is meant to be. Remember, the way my plans and most people's plans work is this kind of roller coaster of intensity, where you have 3 levels: bottom, mid and top. And you always want to undulate your roller coaster. So we're mid today, halfway up, and then next session is a bottom, which is a recovery and fitness row. Then after that, we'll be back up to the top tier, closer to max intensity on this training plan. Good morning, afternoon, where are we? I make YouTube videos, so I'm training people how to row while watching my wife swim. I'm not completely lunatic. Just, it came to me one night. How did I get down? Again, my wife has got big arms.
very much a one-sided conversation as far as you're concerned there. But not taking any abuse yet. I'm sure if there were kids here, they'd be saying, "Oh, mister, you're not meant to be in the water." Anyway, so all I was saying is that you need to be sensible with the intensities you row at through the week. If you only ever did top tier rows, you'd quite quickly end up exhausted and not able to complete the week's training. Okay, 4 strokes to go. 2 more. 1 more. Here we go, 28 strokes a minute. And 2K plus 10, or your natural pace if it's a little bit faster. I'm still holding 2K plus 8. Which is fun, fine by me. Maybe I pace this too slow. I mean, ideally, you'll be between 26 and 28 strokes per minute for your 10K row and run about this pace. 2 more. 1 more. And back to 20s. Whew. Not been too heavy on the old technique today, have I? Well, with 10 minutes, or just under 10 minutes to go, let's just finish off a little technique recap. So, into the front, shins vertical, forward lean, arms straight, and then push the machine away while holding that forward lean and arms straight, and that way the power travels up from your legs through your body, up through your back, into your shoulders, which are nice and loose, and then through your arms into your hands, and then if your fingers are hooked over the handle, rather than killing it to death, then that's the last final kind of power conduit into the handle to then go into the flywheel. The point being that as you push with your legs up until about halfway through the drive, the power should only be coming from your legs, and you don't want to be fighting it with your back by swinging your back too soon, or with your arms by pulling too soon, which will then soak up a bunch of the power from your legs. So hold that position and then push, then halfway through the leg drive, that's when you swing over your back into a backward lean. And once you start that swing, that's when you start to pull the handle in. You're going to get your legs all the way down. It can help to think about pointing your toes to the front of the machine. It's a great way to make sure all of your leg drive is going into the machine rather than wasting it by tugging on the foot straps at the back. And also make sure that your legs are fully down. Okay, 2 more strokes. And then another 28 coming up. Here we go. Get that stroke rate up by driving with a little bit more power, and then the pace you bring the handle in at, release it at again. And that rhythm is what helps you with the quicker recovery to let your recovery do its share of the higher stroke rate. Without you feeling that you need to rush it. So it's all about flowing from position to position. 2 more. 1 more. Back to 20s. Whew. Now, if you want, you can crank up the pace to 28 strokes a minute and 2K plus 10 again with 4 minutes to go. So rather than just doing that last 1 minute up at your 10k rate and pace, you can finish strong for the next 4 minutes. Now, I'm not going to, because I want to stay within my training limits, but go now if you're going to, and see if you can hold all the way to the end. I'll join you for the last minute, and then hopefully that last minute you'll be able to sprint home. But still keep the stroke rate 28. Just go faster by virtue of more power from your legs. And just as being I mentioned recovery in that last 28, just to properly explain it, when you finish with the handle into your chest, the pace you bring it in at, I want you to release it at. And that then triggers the forward lean. But it's an instant release. I don't hold. I don't pause. It's in, out. So in, out, rock. And then once that rock is done, your hands will be past your knees, and all you have to do is bend your knees, and you will effortlessly slide to the front of the machine. So you go in, out, rock, recover. In, out, rock, recover. And that all uses rhythm and your body's momentum. So you don't need to tug yourself forwards with the foot straps to recover. It's all just done by shifting momentum, which saves a lot of muscle kind of wasted energy if you were to tug yourself forwards. If only for the fact that as you tug yourself forwards, your knees pop up. So you can't get that nice, smooth release over your knees. And it also puts you in the wrong posture. Okay, one more stroke, then 1 more minute. Here we go. Are you gonna sprint home? Remember, in, out rock. Your posture swinging over your hips and your fluid stroke rhythm and handle away should mean that rowing at 28 strokes a minute is more than achievable. I mean, the fastest I've ever done is 56 while maintaining something resembling good technique. Okay, 10 seconds to go. 3 more strokes. 2 more. 1 more. Good job. Did you enjoy that? Have a quick drink. And then we'll go into a 2-minute cool down. Hi, I'm filming with my phone today, so couldn't connect to ErgZone, which is why I'm doing button pushes. So it'll be interesting to see if I'm able to pull the metrics off the monitor. Otherwise, you might not have data on screen while the video's playing. That explains it in case you're like, why isn't there no? Anyway, 2-minute cool down, 18 strokes a minute again, and just pick a pace that feels like you're cooling down. Maybe 2k plus 20 to 25 to start, then gradually slow down. In 3, 2, 1, go. It was fun for me, rowing outside. I'm sorry the weather is less sunny. I should have come up here one day earlier this week when we had the last of our summer heat wave. But to be honest, I was being a bit lazy and just thought, I'm just gonna stay in the garden so I can fall off the machine at the end and sun myself rather than having to worry about dragging this thing back up to the car again, which is a good kilometre away. So, hope you enjoyed today's session. It was definitely, without me sprinting at the end, that was definitely a solid mid-tier workout, okay? There's none of this, oh, it's clawing its way into a top. Even with me rowing at 2k plus 8 for the 28s, it kept within the bracket of where it's intended. And I hope it's the same for you. Do leave me a comment, either on the YouTube channel or podcast or Facebook. Or if you want to tweet or Instagram and tag RowAlong workouts in it, and please do, but I'm not all about the socials. I think this is why I'm not kind of exploded, because that's not what I am. I don't want to spend my whole time trying to convince you to tag me and hit me up and all that rubbish. Just row my sessions, make sure you're getting fitter, faster, stronger. That's all that matters. Right, that's me done with the cool down. Either continue rowing yourself or use the time when I'm waffling away now to do some stretching, pack up or whatever. Just don't hit stop and walk away. Make sure to keep hydrated and stuff. Get something to eat if you need to. I'm just about to get to the end of my 16-hour fast, and it dawned on me that I'm about 10 miles from home and I have no lunch with me, so it's going to be a rather hungry home time for me. But anyway, so hashtag if you're going to leave a comment. Let's just do swimming, because I got to see my lovely wife swimming while I was making this video with you today. So that's what to do, just leave hashtag swimming. And that way I'll know that you got to the end of the video, that you put up with my nonsense for yet another video. But yeah, so make sure and say hello. I do enjoy rowing with you, even though I can't see you. That's a bit creepy, isn't it? Anyway, and the better news is it's a Friday today, and we all know what that means. It means that I finally get my tummy filled with a big plate of spaghetti, so that's making me happy. So I'm gonna go because I need to keep an eye on Julie. You all make sure and take care of yourself. Stay safe. Hopefully we're getting to the end of all of this. Not the plan, obviously, we've got another 4 weeks to go in that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, actually, we've got 5 weeks to go. Yeah, stay safe, be well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.